All right, let's talk about something I think we all feel. As the new year gets closer, this weird anxiety starts to bubble up, right? It's like time is suddenly on fast forward and we're just trying not to fall off. Well, today, we're going to unpack that feeling with a really simple but beautiful story. I mean, really think about it for a sec. Do you feel that? That pressure cooker feeling of December, like you're in a mad dash to the finish line on December 31st, trying to figure out what the last year even meant before the clock resets? If you feel that, you are so not alone. So, picture this, a whole city just buzzing with this frantic energy. You've got parties, champagne, everyone's making these huge resolutions, and tucked away on some quiet little street, there's this tiny shop. This is Arthur's Clock Shop. It's a place that's like a quiet little island in a sea of chaos. And into this quiet shop bursts our guy, Julian. And oh my gosh, Julian is basically New Year's anxiety in human form. He's a mess, staring at his watch, totally convinced he's already failed the new year before it's even started. And that quote, "I'm behind schedule for the rest of my life." Wow, that just hits, doesn't it? Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. Look at the difference here. Julian thinks the problem is out there. It's his watch, it's technology, it's something broken that can be fixed. But Arthur, our wise old clockmaker, he looks right past the watch and sees the real issue. It's not the clock, he says. It's your internal pendulum. It's you. You're out of sync with yourself. Right, so let's get into Arthur's very strange diagnosis. Because, like the subtitle says, this was never really about the clock. It's about something much, much deeper. So, instead of grabbing a tiny screwdriver and messing with the watch, Arthur pulls out this incredible thing. An old, dusty hourglass. But you notice right away, something's off. There's no sand in it. It's filled with something else. Something alive. And look at this. This is how Arthur sees time. It's not a steady drip, drip, drip of sand falling in a straight line. No way. It's these tiny, glowing sparks. Moments. And they don't follow the rules. Some are floating up, some are just swirling around. It's not linear. It's lived. It's messy and beautiful. And this brings us to the absolute heart of the story. The hourglass of moments. This is a whole new way of looking at your past, your present, and yeah, even your future. So Arthur breaks it down. It's pretty simple, actually. All those sparks at the bottom, that's your past. They're done. They've happened. The sparks floating around at the top, that's the future. All your hopes, your plans, your worries. But the magic, the real important part, is that little cluster in the middle, the now. That's where life is actually glowing. And there it is. That's the whole lesson in one sentence. We get so obsessed, right? We're either looking down at the past, kicking ourselves for what we did or didn't do, or we're staring up at the future, just totally freaking out about what's coming. And while we're doing all that looking up and looking down, we are completely missing the life that is happening right here. We miss the glow. But reality check. Even after hearing all this, look at the time. It's 11:50 p.m. The real world is still knocking. Julian can feel that New Year's countdown breathing down his neck. It's one thing to hear the wisdom, but it's another thing entirely to let go of that old habit of rushing. Which leads us right to the big moment. This is where it all clicks for Julian. It's not just an idea anymore, it becomes a feeling. This is his epiphany. This is where he starts to find his own glow. This is the first thing Arthur tells him. And just think about that for a second. Don't chase the year. We spend so much energy chasing, trying to control everything to conquer the next 12 months. Arthur's saying, just stop. Be open. Let it come to you. And you can almost feel that, can't you? That one long breath. That's not just air leaving his lungs. That's a whole year of tension, of anxiety, of chasing. Just letting go. That's the sound of his internal pendulum finally starting to slow down. So Julian asks, well, what do I do now? And Arthur's final piece of advice is just perfect. He basically says, do what the stars do. Stars aren't trying to be better stars. They're not racing to get to the other side of the sky. They just are. They shine right where they are. So let's bring this all back to you, to us. What's the big takeaway for this coming year? It's simple, but it is so freeing. You don't have to be new. So, what did we learn from the clockmaker? Well, first off, 12:01 a.m. is not a start over button. You're not wiping the slate clean. You are still you, carrying all your experiences, all those little sparks with you. And that pressure for a new year, new me, it just vanishes when you realize the goal isn't to be someone else. The goal is just to be present.
So I'll just leave you with this question. As all the countdowns start and that pressure begins to build, just take a breath, ask yourself this. Forget about last year for a minute, and don't worry about next year. Just for this 1 second, where is your glow right now? Find it. And then, just like the stars, just shine.